Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This one is going to be about the dangers of Cancun, Mexico. As most of you might know, I spent 5 months studying in Mexico. It wasn't in Cancun, it was in Querétaro. I already made lots of videos about all my travels inside of Mexico, about studying there, and also I did a Q&A for the university, so you can see all about the campus, etc. At the end of my time in Mexico, I decided to go to Cancun alone. I decided to make this video for fellow solo female travelers so that they know what to watch out for and what not to do when they go to Cancun alone. I'm going to be talking about escaping kidnapping. It's not clickbait, I did, and lots of other dangerous stuff to watch out for in Cancun. Now, this by no means that you don't have to travel to Cancun or Mexico in general. I would highly recommend it because it's one of my favorite countries. At the end, I'll also talk a bit about the general safety in Mexico. To start off my story, I need to tell you what Cancun looks like. Cancun is situated along the Caribbean coast. It has a really long hotel strip, along which most of the big hotels are located. It has a city center, which is not recommended to go to as a tourist, but that is where my cheap hotel was located. First red flag. And then it also has a sweetwater lagoon in between the hotel strip and the mainland of Cancun. So I took the local bus to the hotel strip and to the beaches and the bars and the restaurants every single time I wanted to go out. So I always used to take the local bus that was very cheap. I was used to taking them to the hotels and to the restaurants and the clubs and just the main attractions. One time I also walked all the way from my hotel to the main strip, but it was a really long way. I kind of underestimated it. And along the way I saw these signs. Watch out for the cocodrilos, for the crocodiles. Now, in my head, Cancun is a lot like Florida. So I thought, okay, so they have a lagoon, it's probably with alligators. So they probably just mean alligators by crocodiles. Now, in the evening, when I was having dinner with friends at a bit more fancy restaurant, we were sitting there on the balcony along the lagoon, and we were just eating, enjoying our time there, and all of a sudden, this gigantic crocodile comes swimming up to the balcony. And it is, I'm telling you, it's like 2 meters long, like 6 feet. It is so big. We were so shocked. We think that the crocodiles just came to eat the leftovers that they maybe threw out into the water, but it was pretty scary, actually. So do watch out for crocodiles if you walk along the strip. When you're going to Cancun, you're probably also going to want to enjoy the nightlife. I had a group of friends there that I studied with back at the Mexican university. So we went out a couple nights. So after going out, playing some pool and having some drinks with those friends, we decided we wanted to go swimming at night, which we did, but the current of the ocean was so strong, like crazy strong. And we were 6 people, I believe, 3 girls, 3 guys, and we were all holding on to each other like this. And the guys were pretty much swimming us back to shore. At the time, it was fun. But looking back at it, it was actually really dangerous because the current was so strong, and it was kind of like they were lifeguards coming to the rescue. Like they really had to put in a lot of effort to get us back to shore. So if you decide you want to go swimming in Cancun at night, maybe you've had a couple of drinks, I would say go for a swimming pool. There's plenty of swimming pools in Cancun. Just make sure you have a swimming pool instead of going inside the ocean. Last but not least, how did I escape kidnapping? Well, let me tell you. Obviously, after being on the strip, being out with friends, having dinner with friends, I would then go back to my hotel in the city center, taking a local bus. It had become such routine for me, so I didn't even think twice about getting on a bus. I just flagged it down, got on it, I was sitting behind the driver, and I was apparently the only one on the bus. And I didn't really notice getting on. I didn't really think much of it. My Spanish is good. You know, you just assume the best in people. So the driver started a conversation with me. and it was just about what I was doing in Mexico, etc. I'm used to people asking a lot of questions and being really friendly, so I didn't think much of it until I saw that there were people at the bus stops flagging the bus down so that it would stop and they could get on, but the chauffeur wasn't having any of it. He was just passing them by, making sure that I would stay the only person on this bus. And that's when an alarm started ringing in my head. That's when I know that I was in a bad situation. I decided not to panic and I stayed friendly to this guy, decided to just ignore it because maybe there was a bus coming behind and it was that one that they wanted. I didn't really know. We arrived in the city center at my hotel and I asked him if I could get off. And he wouldn't open the door for me. He was like, "I'll open the door if you give me a kiss." So I told him, "No, open the door." And he insisted. And again, I said, "No, open the door." And luckily he did. But what if he hadn't? Like, he could have taken me pretty much anywhere. I was locked up in the bus. Like, bad things could have happened. So if you are a solo female traveler going to Cancun and you want to take a local bus, it's cheap. I would recommend it, but make sure that you are not the only person on it. And I would say that this is the case in pretty much any place. Make sure that there's always more people on buses, etc., because you never really know what might happen and what the chauffeur's intentions might be. These are my stories, just so you don't make the same mistakes I did. I hope you found them interesting, and please do not let them stop you from going to Mexico. I would go back in a heartbeat. When it comes to other regions in Mexico that might be a bit dangerous, I would say mostly Mexico City. Don't take public transport because you will be robbed. And I'm not saying robbed at gunpoint or anything, but you will have your cell phone, etc. stolen. It's like pretty much a guarantee. These guys are really well trained for it. And I know a lot of people who had it happen to them. Also, as a solo female, I did not leave my hotel when it was dark. After dinner, I just went straight to my hotel room and didn't do much. Also, a really good alternative if you don't want to take the local buses is Uber. So you can pretty much Uber anywhere in Mexico, and I do recommend it. I left my phone in one of the Ubers. I got it back immediately the next day. Yeah, I would recommend it 100%. Now, Mexico is also known for drugs and the narcos. Now, I didn't really see much of it. The only drugs I saw was a big bag of weed on a table at a home party, and that's pretty much the only time I was offered. Now, I've never been high in my life, so it's not something that I come across often or that I really go looking for, or I just don't get in those situations generally. And being in countries like Mexico, Peru, Colombia, I would say just stay away from them, because those are countries you don't want to get in trouble. Just have a drink, have some tequila. I think that's plenty to have fun. So if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, maybe leave a comment, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!